Hey you guys, I'm getting comfortable in my cozy corner already. It is getting cold. It is August. Yes, it's the end of August 31, but it's cold. And you know me, I do not like cold. So I went out earlier, but now I'm back in my pajama pants and my shirt. But I wanted to get on here and tell you guys, hold on, let me do this. Okay. And tell you guys a little secret. So a lot of people think that they can change people. Like I can change my boyfriend, I can change my mom, I can change the kids. And we all believe we can. That's why so many videos on YouTube are about how to get my SP back, which is special person, the love of my life. And if you really want them back, I will tell you how to get them back, but you have to get them in their heart. See, we don't change unless we change emotionally. Here's the thing. I could go lose 100 pounds and then gain it back unless I change it emotionally. Because I can leave my husband and then get him back if he changes emotionally. He can stop drinking and not go back to it if he changes it inside emotionally. We can all change for a little bit. We can lose the weight, have you ever broke up with your husband or boyfriend and then got back with him for like 3 months and then it was amazing? It was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's back to the old shit. That's because we can only hold it for so long, acting as if we are this better person when inside and emotionally we are not. Now, unfortunately, most of our emotions come from our family. So yes, we act like our mother. That's why sometimes it'd be like, oh my God, you're acting like your mother. You're acting like your father. You're acting like this. Because it's in your body. You're embodied with it. It's like you're not getting away from it. You can, it takes work. It takes work. That's why I do this work. It is very hard for me not to be like my family or like the old patterns. Not that I don't want to be like them. It's just I don't want to carry the old patterns with us and on to the next generation, like to my children and to their children and children. We do not want that. So you don't want to take the alcoholism. You don't want to take the beating. You don't want to take the abuse. You don't want to take all that. Now, you do want to take like hard work and respect and, honesty and trust, all that with you, if that's what you had. And if you don't, you build it yourself. So the key to all this is changing your emotions about it. You have to be emotionally involved into anything for the feeling. So you cannot, here's why you can't change anybody. You can't get in their emotions. Like you could feel the deepest love, compassion in the world and be like, oh my God, this is amazing. And if they don't feel that, they'll just leave you and be like, oh no, this is just another chick. It has to be emotions. I'm going to lose weight. I'm done with this. It's amazing. I'm just going to have this body forever. And 2 years later, and now they're back and have more. Because you didn't deal with the problem. There's a problem why you're gaining weight. There's a problem why you're attracting this man. There's problems to be solved. So if you want to change things, you can't just change them at the surface. You have to go inside and change them inside. So, don't try to change your husband because you have to change his emotions about you before he's willing to do whatever you need him to do. That's why they say you cannot change people. You can't change your mom, you can't change your dad, you can't change your husband, is because you can't change their emotions about anything. They have to do that. That's why they say do the work. Change your emotions about how you feel about anything, and then be willing to hold those emotions and be okay with it and let things go. Like, I held an emotion for years that I wasn't good enough, and I wasn't allowed to make money, and I wasn't allowed to achieve anything. And if I did try to achieve anything because I didn't feel good enough, it would stop me. I couldn't do it. And then finally I said, I have to figure this out emotionally. And then I figured that when I went back in my childhood, I looked at money and emotions, and I was emotionally attached to it, and I had to let it go. I was like, oh, if I didn't make enough money, then I wasn't good enough. So I was linking the money, which is a piece of paper to buy toilet paper, to how good I was. I was linking all the love that I had in my life to my husband, but he could not do that because he loved something else. It wasn't a person, but it was a thing, or a substance, whatever it is. So, but that's what he loved. And that's what his emotional attachment to. He could change, yes he could. We all can if we want to, but you have to do it emotionally. Once you get whatever you want to change in your life, whatever it is, get to the emotions of it, and it will stick. It will stick. You'll never have to do it again. You'll look at it and say, oh, okay, change the emotion to this, and it'll be gone. And then you can keep the change. You have to, it's not like, you have to work on it every day. Yes, you do some shadow work. You look at what you don't believe. You look at the emotional part of it. And then when you recognize it, you're aware of it. Oh, that's what, just like me. Oh my gosh. Well, I was treating money like I'm my worthiness, which is a lie. So I let that go. And I'll tell you what, I made more money in like 2 weeks ago, because I just let it go in a month ago. 2 weeks ago, I made what I did last month in a week. And then I had 2 different deposits. One deposit was in my bank for a refund. I don't even know. I don't even know what I got refund for, but I'll take it. Whatever. It's because I'm open to allow stuff and not put this money on like my worthiness. And now that I don't have a trigger, there's no trigger to it, then money just comes in, which I'm thankful for. I was like, why did I do this years ago? But it was my time to learn it. It was my time to recognize it. Just like, I see so many people out there going, well, I want my boyfriend back, and I want him back, and I want this, and I want it to work out. Unless he changed emotionally for the relationship, you don't actually want him, because then it's just going to be more of what it is. So you change yourself and to be the person that you actually want him to be, the loving, caring, compassionate person. You become that, and then you attract that kind, loving, caring person. It's not, might be the man. It could be. I'm not saying it can't. It might not be the man, but it will be a man or a woman, whichever one you want. So I was watching a video on Instagram, and this woman saying, I did this, and I did this, and I did this. And I thought, instead of telling him the outside of it, telling him the emotional part of it. So I had to come on and make the video, because I'm like, I have to make this video about emotions. Nothing is going to change unless you have an emotion about it. It has to be a feeling, emotional attachment. And I'm not saying your man can, or, just like jobs. If you're doing a job and you love it and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get up and go do it, and it's going to be so much fun. That's emotional. You love it. It's joy. It's happy. If you go to a job and say, oh my God, this is a piece of shit job and I hate it, that's emotions, negative emotions. So you need to get rid of that job, or find one. I'm not saying, people get mad at me because they say, oh, just quit your job. I don't mean quit your job. I mean, find something that you love to do and make money. I've done this all my life. I've owned consignment stores. I've done eBay. I love fashion. So I've always kept that in my life also. Because here's the thing, when I was in a negative relationship, I always had that, and that brought me joy. So I see a lot of people get married and then drop their joy, drop their baseball, football, guitar, ballet. They drop that out of their life, and then they have no joy because eventually, yes, we get on each other's nerves, we're going to. And if it starts to unravel the relationship, because most of us do, 50%, then all you have is this, and you don't have your joy. I kept my joy in my life the whole time. Always, 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 always. Never gave it up. Never want to give it up. I will do this to the day I die because it's something I love. And it's something that if I'm in a bad position, I can go back and say, okay, at least I have this. I love this. I'll do this. And it's emotions. I'm 55 years old. I'm not going to do anything that I don't like for 50 years. I mean, I'm emotionally attached to it. I love it. And that's what we need to find. And I'm not talking about a person. Because I'm not saying men can't change, moms can't change, kids can't change. But it's their emotions that need to change, not yours. And you can't do it. That's why they say, if you want to change, you change. But since I've changed, I've been doing this for 15 years, this spiritual journey, reflection, shadow work, all of the things. Both of my kids have changed. My mom's changed. There's people that haven't changed, but only the people that want to really are like, oh, wow, that kind of makes sense. And then they feel that feeling, and then, oh, well, I want to do that. I want to be that. I'm allowed to do that. I'm good enough for that. Yes, I have seen people that didn't think, especially 70, 80-year-old people, they're so back in the paradigm, they don't believe that they even deserve anything. All they think is they have to work 24 hours a day and go to bed and get up and do it again. I have seen this so much. And it's like, do you deserve to go on a vacation? Do you deserve? You deserve. Everybody deserves. And they have to allow themselves to have it. So they have to open up emotionally to be like, I'm not a workhorse. And I'm allowed to go and do something. But it has to be a feeling. It has to be an emotion. My girlfriend went to the beach, and I could just feel the emotions. I was just there a month ago, and I was like, oh my God, I could just feel how yummy it feels, and how that's emotions. I'm ready to go. Because you know what the feeling is. Any feeling you have, you know what it is. It's good or bad. And if it's not bad, but it's just something that maybe you need to get rid of because it's negative, and just feel. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're sad and you're angry and all that, feel that. Let it go through you, feel it. Don't push it away, because that's how you heal it, is to feel it. But I've just seen so many people looking at other people saying, oh, I want your life, I want your life. I've even had people tell me that, like, I live my life through you. Don't do that. Live your own life. And all you have to do is change your emotions. Well, you're allowed to do this and you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to too. And there's no one coming to offer it to you. You are offering it to yourself. You are saying, yes, I'm allowed to go on a vacation. I'm allowed to quit my job. I'm allowed to leave this relationship. I'm allowed to stay in this relationship. I'm allowed to do whatever I want, because nobody out there's nothing outside of you that's going to tell you. I mean, they can tell you, but if you listen to yourself, back to the feelings and the emotions, do I want to leave my husband? Just journal it. It'll say, well, I'm scared. Okay, that's just fear. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. That's a lie. I did. After 26 years, I actually went to Florida, moved there, had the time of my life. Still, it was so amazing. I found myself. Even my kids were like, oh my God, where's all these colors coming from? My whole life changed because I got to be me. I was being a mom and a wife and this and this and this. And I was being me. And even in Florida, I sold stuff. I did on eBay. I just traveled around the world and did whatever I wanted, because I actually needed that for a lot of the healing. And it was good. So the eat, pray, love thing, that was kind of like that, except I didn't find a man. But I have been so happy, but it's all changed inside of me. There's nothing changed outside of me. I mean, there has things changed out. I'm not in Florida anymore, and I'm going back in the wintertime. But things have changed, but when you're here, when you feel it in here, there's nothing that can bother you. There's nothing that can harm you. You know, you have peace and love and kindness. And if you listen to your intuition, it tells you, you know, go down this street, or, oh my God, don't go down that street. It's scary. You can feel it. But I just wanted to say, because I know all these people online are looking at other people going, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that. And you can have all that. And the way you change it is emotionally. You can't change it. That's why people win the lottery and lose everything, because they haven't changed inside. Somebody loses weight, gains it all back, haven't changed inside. Gets the abusive relationship, finds another one, hasn't changed inside. It's all emotions. It's all feelings. Everything. Don't you feel it every day? You just feel, this feels good, that doesn't feel good. Oh my God, my stomach hurt, I shouldn't have ate that. Your body's telling you. Body Keeps a Score is a really good book if you want to look that up. It tells you what emotions go to what part of your body. Heart, mind, head. I looked it up for legs the other day because my leg was hurting. Legs are like moving forward, new directions. I had a consignment store. No, I had a crystal shop, and we had this great big book, the Body Keeps a Score. People would literally come in there, tell me what's wrong with them. I had to have them read a paragraph. They'd be in tears because it was true. Your body knows. That's why you have to listen to your body. And the other day I put on Facebook, you need to lead yourself. And yes, I've coached people and help people, but leading yourself is what I mean. Leading yourself with your feelings. Because I don't know your feelings. You could be like, this woman's crazy for telling me this stuff. But then have a feeling of, oh yeah, this feels good. This is right. I am good enough. I'm allowed to have what I want. And all this stuff. I had to be there. People told me 15 years ago I wasn't allowed to have my... When I left for Florida, I was bawling my eyes out. Because I had never... Which, it was kind of crazy. I just went to Florida. I mean, I've been there on vacations, but I just moved there. I just upped and moved. Didn't have a place to stay. Just went. And then I got a job. Had a place to stay. I stayed there 5 years. So you can do what you want. And I want everybody to follow people like me saying this and saying that, but really follow you. And that's what we should do. We should not say, oh, I'm living my life through you. No, live your life through you. What do you want? What does your body will tell you. Now, I do watch a lot of people that do the spiritual work, but I listen to me. And I actually told them, the video I watched earlier, I said, you need to tell them the emotional part, because they're just looking out physical reality. Well, I have this, and this makes me feel better. So does a candy bar, you know? And I love ice cream, chocolate ice cream, so that makes me feel better for a minute. But if I eat enough of it, I'll gain 200 pounds, and if I don't fix the emotional part of it, then I'll always gain the weight back. I'll always get the boyfriend back. I'll always have the bad jobs. I'll always have, you know, you have to really embody it. You have to feel good about yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to care about yourself to the point where people think that you're selfish. You're not selfish. You're just like, I've worked all day and now Tom, John, and Mary wants me to do something, and then I have to go here, and then my mom wants me to do that, and you're like, I'm exhausted. Nope, I'm doing this tonight. I maybe can do one thing, but I've had a long day, and that's all I can do. And you have to put boundaries up. Because, honey, when I first started doing that, there was a person in my life, and that would just kept going and going and going. And I thought, well, this is never going to stop. I could be here till midnight. It was just one after the other. I mean, it was just finding, like, why are you finding me stuff to do? No, I'm going home. And you just have to put your foot down. And now, they don't even call me. Every once in a while, they call me to help them do stuff. But it's like, there's something wrong. But it's old paradigm, you guys. We all think that we have to be busy 24/7. Well, and people get on Facebook and they're like, I'm so busy today. And I want to say, I'm so not busy today. I'm just having peace and doing what I love. That's what we need to be doing. Yes, we have to keep busy, do jobs, do work, whatever you do. But I do what I love, doing work. But you have to find that, and you have to be that. You have to become that. So you can have that in your life. And you have to mentally, physically, and emotionally change. Mostly emotionally. That's why they say mind, body, and soul. It has to go all together, because if one's off, one's off. One's off. I promise you, I've been doing this forever, and I've had to learn so much. And I've done a lot of the work to myself on my own. And because I'm so hard-headed, I think that's why I had to do it by myself, because I question everybody, which is a good thing for me, because I've learned and I could see through, now that I listen to my intuition so much, I can see through other people, like, is this the truth? Just like I was watching that earlier, and I said, tell them the emotions about it. Tell them the emotions about it, not the physical thing. Tell them the emotions behind it. That's the story. That's where you'll change. And that's where your whole life will change. And your kids' lives change. Everything's changed for me. My house, my money, my kids, my relationships, and every bit of it's 100% better. 100%, 110. No lie. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you guys want to talk to me at any time, I need any questions, have any questions, private message me. I also have like 700 videos on YouTube. If you want to know anything, I usually get on there and ramble off what I'm doing. And I think I'm going to put this one on YouTube, because I think this is a good one, because we teach things that you need. You need this crystal. You need this crystal. But really, this crystal's not going to do anything for you if you don't emotionally heal. I hope you get this. I hope you take this little nugget and share it out. I love you so much. Bye.